That moment when you find out that your main character you play in Overwatch has a skin that looks like the final boss of Bravely Second. Hey guys, Red here. I'm back today with another Bravely build, but you obviously know that since you clicked on the video. Geez, it's almost been a month since the last one. Well, in any case, today's build is viewer requested, so thank you Cookie Corn Lee for the suggestion. If you had the time to read that comment, then you know what we've got here. Either way, the criminal is here. So, we've got an Exorcist class with Thief commands. Abilities include Undo Toi as the passive, Speed up 20%, Big Bad Burglar, Frenetic Fighting, Fortitude, and Dawn of Odyssey. Equipment used in this build includes the Falcon Knife, any shield you feel like, Harina Shema, Ninja Garb, and the Hermes Shoes. So the request for this build was to be boss fight effective, so I did my best. These classes unfortunately don't work together the greatest in a practical sense, but thematically they're pretty good. Anyways, the criminal doesn't rat on their allies, but stays till the end with extremely high speed attacks and support. I don't know, I needed a name for this build, and it was the first thing that came to mind. Cannibals and robbers, I guess. The Thief provides more of the damage dealing component of this build, but still has supporting capabilities. Of course, as a Thief, we have a lot of item grabbing abilities like Steal, Mug, Steal Breath, Steal Mind, Shakedown, and the legendary Prince of Thieves, which allows you to steal very rare items. All these either give you items you can use with another character, possibly to better your team, or can take back health and MP. Now, of course, we have to talk about damage capability. The way this build gets damage comes from a couple different sources. 3 of the equipped abilities are all focused on damage. Speed 20% up is important for the Godspeed Strike command, along with all the other equipment choices, since it uses speed instead of attack power for its damage, similar to how bows and guns use dexterity instead of strength. Big Bad Burglar is useful for if you're consistently stealing items, because it's going to raise your attack as you steal more and more, and Frenetic Fighting raises your hit count so you can keep hitting for more and more damage. While I'm at it, I may as well talk about the other 2 abilities right quick. Dawn of Odyssey is a good ally boost, gives everyone 1 BP every 4 turns. The other ability is Fortitude, a staple for probably 90% of my builds, as it gives you 1 BP each time you get hit while defaulting. But I will just say this, these 2 abilities are completely optional. You can take them out, change them up with whatever you want. They are not necessary for the build. Between the 2, though, I would say Fortitude is a little more necessary, and I'll get to that right now with the Exorcist. We all know how overpowered this class is. It has the ability to reset HP, MP, and BP, which is absolutely insane that Square Enix would create something like this, but I am so happy they did. It's probably one of my favorite classes now. Since it is also the main job of the build, the Undo Toi ability is available, which allows you to undo somewhere between the last 3 turns instead of just immediately from the last turn, so you get to choose. The reason why Fortitude is pretty useful for this is because if you need to keep undoing stuff on the same turn, you won't have to go into negatives because you will probably have a lot of BP ready at all times. Eradication is a good command as well if there's multiple enemies or if there's additional enemies on the field with the boss. And Purgation is great for getting rid of any bonuses or debuffs on either the enemy or your team. A little more about the equipment. The Falcon Knife is obviously to get your speed up, same with the Hermes Shoes and the Ninja Garb, but the Harina Shema, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, that might surprise a couple people, and you're probably wondering why I'm using it. Well, they don't directly say it in its description, but if you do a little reading into it, you'll find out that this headpiece grants immunity to blind, so that is a very, very useful little piece for a physical attack-based fighter like this. And that's pretty much the build. A semi-useful setup I proposed, not my best build, but it was viewer requested, so I was happy to oblige. If you have any builds you'd like to see be made in the future, any questions or variations you made to this build, I imagine there's going to be tons if you use this, because Dawn of Odyssey is not a popular command or ability, but yeah, switch it up, let me know what you did. So let me know in the comments down below any of that stuff you want to talk to me about. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you soon.